And there we are. Welcome everybody to the Ice Boat Racing Invitational. This time, the Halloween edition. I am here with commentator and my co-commentator, Lepis Lettuce.
Hello, that is me.
Hello, Lepis. And where are we today? As you can see,
Uh,
everybody's already driving, and qualifying will start in 9 minutes. And we're on this little bench outside a huge manor.
True, this track is called IBRI Manor, and it's a new track built by Coastline Creations again. It sounds like my audio is working. I was checking stream for that.
Oh,
But yeah, we have a new track. You want to take a look around here?
yeah, we can take a look around, but we can also take a look at the reveal trailer. What do you say?
Sure, let's look at that. That's a much better way. Let's see it.
And I gotta say, this track looks amazing. It really nails
It
the Halloween
absolutely,
vibes.
it absolutely does, for sure. Now we can go around and take a
Yeah,
look at
let's
this.
take a look. So, let's actually start at the start, shall we?
Sure.
So, this is the grid we'll be racing on today. And it's crazy. It's crazy. It's really huge. There's a lot of spots. Will we fill all of these up, Lapis? I don't know.
We will see. We will see. Only time will tell. Huh.
Indeed. Well, we have 9 teams that sign up, and normally the teams have 4 people, and they should all have 4 people. Maybe there's some reserves. I don't know. I don't think so. I think everybody's here so far. Then, after the start, the people will go into this huge, and I say quite huge, front area of the manor, where there's multiple routes they can take. Of course, they all have to go around the tree, and then slowly but surely they'll make their way to this, like, what is this structure? It's like a bridge or
Little
some
like
sort.
water transporter.
Oh, water transporter. Yeah. Afterwards, and they're doing some like weird fancy tricks there. Let's see. We'll take a look at that a bit later. Then we'll drive past in the garden, where eventually they'll end up here, where there's another weird skip, and there's a huge log, which we'll also talk about a little bit later. All you have to know for now, it's really difficult. It's really difficult, and you can mess up quite easily inside there. Afterwards, we're going inside the manor itself. Here it is. And where do we end up then, Lepis? What is this room?
This room is the potions room, and that is attributed to Boat Labs. You can see that their text is right over there, hanging
Yeah.
up. This is one of the major servers that our community has, and one of the servers that has donated some tracks to for the creators to practice on.
Yeah, so there are actually 2 servers for the Ice Boat Racing Invitational. First of all, is this one. This is the event server, and this is where the creators actually practice and are still warming up right now. And the other track is the practice server, where we have, what was it, 30 tracks? 40 tracks that they can practice on?
Yes, different tracks of all different widths, sizes, difficulties, um, and all of those tracks are also public on one or both of the big servers that we have.
Yep, that's true. Between this room, the Boat Labs room, and the next room, which we'll talk about a little afterwards, is our podium of today, which is it's a little bit Boat Labs themed as well, with the IBRI logo, the Boat Labs potion, and of course a nice chest with the logo. Afterwards, after this creepy little hallway, we have the other huge Minecraft server for boat racing, which is Frostex. And they're set in a library.
Yes, so Frostex having a large library of tracks, maybe you could say, there's a lot of public tracks, and it's the other large server that has helped put on this event today. It's actually the server that is hosting the event today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, uh,
Yeah, and after the Frostex room, we're back at the start. But there's not only the racetrack. We also have another little track next to the racing track, and that's the pit lane. As you can see here behind me, there's a pit sign for the creators to use, and then they'll hop into the pits. So, Lapis and I are not alone here today. Of course, we have all the creators, but we also have a specific Ice Boat Racing specialist and analyst. Mark, can you tell us a little bit more about the pit lane?
Hello. Yes, the pit lane is designed to add some strategy to boat racing, since um, everyone, doesn't necessarily make your boat go faster with more grip,
Mm-hmm.
or you put on a new set of paddles or anything. It's mainly to get away from any drivers that you don't necessarily want to be behind, say a slow driver.
Okay,
And
so yeah, you can make a choice when to pit. My
yes,
question is, why should I pit? Like, I
Hmm.
know you get away from other people, but wouldn't that put you behind of others?
yes, well, the pits, there's gonna be a certain amount of pits that are mandatory. So
Okay. Okay, so
that
if
allows
if
for
I
drivers to, yeah,
yeah, if I understand
that allows
correctly,
for drivers to, yes, go ahead.
all drivers have to pit then.
All drivers have to pit a certain amount of times
Okay. Oh,
within
okay. So
the
that's where the
amount of
strategy
laps
comes in.
given.
Okay. Well, thank you for your information, and we'll hear a little bit more from you, in a bit. I'd say. Thank you, Mark. So, Lapis, are there any names we should be looking out for today?
Ooh, yes. I mean, this has been building up over the past 24 hours, ever since we released the track. We have some returning names uh, who are on top of the leaderboard right now. If you do the T times IBRI manner,
Oh yeah, here it
you
is.
can actually see the leaderboards.
Let me go stand
So
next to it.
currently, sitting on top of the leaderboards is our previous IBRI one our summer winner,
Mm-hmm.
Sloime.
Sloime. Okay.
Sloime, yeah, Sloime. I don't even think Sloime qualified top of the first IBRI, but they're extremely fast paced, kept them in front of everybody else and was able to get them the first place last time. And they're coming out very strong in this Halloween edition of IBRI. Closely behind him, we've got Neo Cynical. Neo Cynical was one of the racers who put on his own boat racing event earlier on in the summer,
Oh, wow.
and they are coming back out in IBRI 1. I believe they qualified towards the front, and then they fell down. Unfortunately, oh, gee,
Oh,
crashed a little bit right there.
yeah, he sure did.
But yeah, we'll see. I think Neo Cynical's really gunning for a win here. I think he really wants to win. He's been putting in a lot of practice. He's been seen on a couple of the servers in between, and so um, yeah, we'll see if he's able to convert it into a win. Hopefully today.
Yeah, for sure. And as you said, New Cynical did really well last time during qualifying, as he does a crazy skip right there. But he fell off at the start, and he got bumped, and all the I think did he still get top 10? I think just barely, right?
um, I'm looking at it right now. No, he did not. He actually ended
Wow,
up 16th.
16th. That was quite a letdown for him. But I do know that
Yes.
because of that, Neo Cynical has been grinding quite a lot, as we see him.
He's coming back with a vengeance this time, I think. So
I
he's
think,
probably one of the top people that we want to look out for today.
yeah, for sure. I think he's put almost most hours in, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, likely. Let me check right now. It appears that Neo Cynical has put in actually not the most hours, only about 2 hours and 30 minutes on the track right now. So
Interesting. Okay.
yes, and that's close to what all the other creators have put in for this track in particular.
Yeah,
Now, how many hours has he put in outside of this track into boat racing in general to hone his skills?
quite a lot.
You know,
Quite a lot.
I was gonna say that might be where he gets an edge. So
Yep.
yeah, certainly Sloime versus Neo Cynical, looking like it's gonna shape up to be a very good battle. We have some other names in here though, towards the top.
Yeah.
We
Two
have
guys
this.
to talk about now is Mavox and Nukedo. As quali is now underway, and you can see in the chat. Drivers have 10 minutes to set the fastest lap time. They can. The results determine their starting positions for the race, and drivers can restart their laps. Also, they cannot see each other. This is a specific. It looks a bit weird for us, but they cannot see each other. So there won't be any bumping or whatsoever. So, a little bit more about Mefux and New Kiddo. Those two are both new players in IBRI, which is quite interesting.
Yes, they're coming out. New Kiddo has actually been around in the community and doing a couple boat races. Quite new though, only probably a few weeks into boat racing. I believe I'm looking down the list of last time. I think the next person, Phelps Builds, and Nagatao are also new drivers.
No, Phelps actually was in last time. He was in the Redstoners, the team that won last time.
Oh, I see him. Okay, I see. Yes. If we want to translate or go over to the team standings, I did take a look around and see which teams are going to be up to up for the grabs.
As we'll be starting. All right. Good luck, everybody.
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and quali is underway. Here they all go. Some people haven't started immediately, which is quite interesting.
Somebody got out of their boat first thing.
Look at them all go. It's one huge spec. Some people are lagging just a little bit, it seems.
Ooh.
And look at them go.
So here they come up. Let's see this.
Ooh, and what is everybody doing here? What did just happen?
It looks like a lot of people just found a skip right here. How does that work? Could you, analysts, come in and tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, so there is a water elevator there. There's basically water activated by soul sand projects your any entity up, and we use this mechanic in this track as well to create a little subtle skip there. Except everyone has figured out about it while practicing, it seems. So
yeah.
So now they're gonna be utilizing this in qualifying to improve their time even more.
Okay, that's real interesting. So for now, it seems Neo Cynical is leading, followed closely by Slome. Oh, but Slome has a little better entrance here, and they're literally neck and neck as they go into the final corner. Let's see who comes out in the end here, and it seems to be Slome who says the fastest time for now. Okay, a 1:12.10. Isn't that crazy quick? That's crazy.
Yeah, Slome coming out and setting out a very commanding first time. That time would be good enough for P5 on the leaderboards, including his own time.
Wow.
Neo Cynical coming out with a 1:12.25, which would be tied for 5th place. And so both of these drivers coming out and setting very good laps on their first laps of quali.
Yeah, and New Kiddo and Phelps also did really well, and Mefux. Some people I didn't personally expect to be here is the team Blockwars. Kalen and Mysticat are 6th and 7th.
Yes, I think last time we saw Mysticat do actually quite well. They performed quite well in the first IBRI, ending up in, well, I mean, I feel like they did better. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Looking back, they ended up in 14th place, but they're gunning for a lot higher place than they got last time. Like one of the teams that I wanted to point out is one team. It's a new team, I believe, of all new drivers called Go For the Frencies.
Yeah.
Which is a silly team name.
Yeah, and believe it or not, they're all French.
Yeah. They are all French. Okay, so that gives it a little bit of a different... that makes it a little bit different in my mind. But as you can see, all 4 of them are actually in the top 15 right now. You got, in 4th place, this team is made up of Mathux, Omega, the
Gil?
The Gil.
Yeah.
84, actually. Right now, respectively, they're in P4, P10, P12, and P14. So last time we saw the Redstoners come out, and they seemed pretty unstoppable, scoring well ahead of the 2nd place team. I wonder if this team is actually looking to take them down in their first ever appearance.
They might be. Like, actually, I think they're really good. Especially Mefux and Omega, they've been really practicing. And it seems the Ghouls also really fast, because he's P11, and we've even seen him on the server that much. Fun fact about the Gil, he actually hosted an Ice Boat event earlier, like last year.
Really? I did not
Yeah,
know that.
he did. And afterwards, both boat laps and frost hex got flooded by French people. If you do remember the French invasion, that was that. Meanwhile, Sloime sets a new fast time, 1:11.8, and Neo Cynical and New Kiddo are both behind. So was this always the
My
case,
goodness.
Lapis?
New Cynical and the new Kino. How do you mean? Sorry.
So has Sloime always been on top of the leaderboards here?
Sloime has always been on top of leaderboards. His fastest time was a 1:11.45 in the open practice sessions. And Neo Cynical set a 1:11.65. Third place was Mathix at a 1:12 flat. And so that means Sloime has set down the third fastest time on this track thus far. And that is good enough for first place in qualifying session right now, which
Okay.
is very impressive. Holy.
So, there's actually a huge rivalry in our top three. Because Neo
Absolutely.
Cynical and New Kiddo, because of IBRI, they may have gotten some beef with each other. I'll explain in a bit.
Oh,
So, yesterday, it all started when Neo Cynical got the fastest time. He was really good, and he picked up on a lot of stuff. And because of that, he got up real high and real fast. So, to give you some more information, New Kiddo stole the record. And, well, I'll be honest, he was BMing a little bit. Afterwards, Neo Cynical jumped online for about 5 minutes, stole the time, and immediately left again. Like, if that isn't BM, I don't know what is. Of course, he also let his competition know in the general chats that he, quote-unquote, hammered them and destroyed them.
all right. So it does look like that's some serious competition right there. Meanwhile, while you were speaking, Sloime actually set another lap that's equal to his fastest time.
Wow.
And so not only is he's not only good for one lap, he's good for repeated laps, which is that has to be sending out a message to all the rest of the drivers saying like I am the fastest driver here.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it's good. I was also looking while you were speaking on the team battle between the Redstoners and Go For the Frenchies. I believe that one is going to set up today to be an insane
Oh my, Sloime is
I
on a
can't-
roll. Let's take a look at Sloime, shall we? And even he is surprised by it.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go for a
Sloime
lap with Sloime.
ties Neo Cynical's second place time in the open practice.
That is, honestly, that's a bit BM.
Look, do you see new Kiddo actually also just set a time?
Wow.
That is absolutely wild.
Only 1/10 off. That is such a little small amount. Speaking of New Kiddo, do you think he has a chance today? And I think our good analyst and professional, Mark, has some more to say about New Kiddo.
Yes. Yes, so New Kiddo has been hanging around the boat racing community a bit as well. He does participate in a rookie friendly league called FC2 that happens right after the FC1 race happens every Sunday of F1.
I see. So it's
So he does have a lot of racing experience on his belt compared to all of these other drivers. So maybe he can put that consistency to work on this track.
Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah, and Sloime is our defending champion right now. I wonder if Neo Cynical and New Kiddo can do something about it.
I don't think we can write Neo Cynical off though, because while we were talking, it looks like Neo Cynical did improve by about 0.2. I'm trying to see where that message was sent, but they did go a little bit closer. That's really impressive that New Kiddo was able to set a time that's only 1/10 behind Sloime. If Sloime didn't set down that lap, we could be seeing New Kiddo on pole. So, as I was saying, like Neo Cynical sending a big message out to all his competitors, being like, I'm the fastest and I can set down all the fastest laps again and again. New Kiddo's like, hold on a second, I'm not too far behind.
Yeah, and I
think
would
it would be. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I would like to talk about one driver that also put in quite a lot of practice, but we're not seeing the fruits of that yet, which is Chuck Nasty. So Chuck Nasty is actually one of the drivers that practiced like the most, I'd say. He's been on the practice server almost daily, and he's been on the event track for I think 2 hours or something.
Yeah, over 2 hours.
So it really surprises me that he is P11. Behind 3 people actually of the Blockwars team. They're doing a phenomenal job right now.
Yeah, the P9, P8, 9, and 10 right now. I
And
don't think we have to like. I do think probably this might be pulling good for Chuck Nasty though. This might actually be a better result than him as before. I'm trying to see where he got.
Sloime just sets a new record and even a world
my.
record. That's kind
No,
of
I think
insane.
He's one tick off, right?
Oh yeah, he is 1 tick off.
He's
that's why,
one
but-
tick behind world record, but
But
he
1
is
tick. How
pulling
much is 1
farther and
tick?
farther. Yeah, 1 tick behind world records. And being able being able to do it in the free practice time over the course of 2 hours is one thing. Being able to set down a time this fast in a qualifying session that's only like a few minutes long, that is also extremely impressive. It says something, it really sends out a message on how consistent he is on being able to be fast. He has a line and he can hit that line again and again. And we get a lot of drivers coming over the final laps, improving right at the end.
Especially, so, like, we were just talking about Chuck Nasty, and he improved, and he got into top 10, splitting the people from Blockwars.
This is going to be so
Sloime,
exciting.
wow, okay, he's really consistent too. I'm really, like, I wonder what he will do in the race. Will he go for any, like, huge skips? Because if he messes these up, he might fall behind.
Yeah, and new
Oh,
kiddo,
Mavericks
new
is
Smith.
walking on the track. This might get ugly right here.
Uh-oh.
Because when people are in loneliness, which is what it's called when you're well, it seems to be fixed. If you're not in a boat, people can actually see you and they can crash into you. So luckily, that doesn't happen.
But that is not the case. Yeah, so I was looking at Chuck Nasty. I was looking back at the summer, and Chuck Nasty actually got P21 in the summer out of a field of 40 drivers. And so I think if he has been practicing a really lot, getting up into the top 10 is actually a significant improvement for him. And I think he would be able to show everybody how much he has improved. Oh, let's see, Mr. Cat coming out. Is he able to do anything more? Woo, just misses out.
Just misses
On
out.
doing
It
a
was
little
really close as
improvement.
well.
Yep.
Let's see. New Kiddo is still on the lap, although he's really far behind. Sip over, who gets P15. Nagato, which is one of the people from the French team, is still on the lap. Maybe he can do something. Liddy doesn't seem to get a better time. Chuck Nasty, meanwhile, is practicing some pit stops with Sloime and Imston. Interesting. Kunai, a 151. Oh, that's a bit...
So hold up, wait a second. I don't think we've explained. Can our analysts come in and explain what just happened with the pig stops? What is going on there?
Yeah, what even is a pit stop even?
I mean, I think they're just doing this for fun. This is
Yeah,
not.
but what is a pig stop?
Oh, a pit stop. A pit stop is a little mini game that the drivers have to do while in the pit stops to click on the items that they need to click in the little chest area.
I see. Yeah, and
Okay.
activates on the yellow blocks. All right, a
Yeah.
3-minute break, and we'll be teleported in the grid in roughly 3 minutes. All right, people that need to take a bathroom break, do it now. Do it fast, because this will be quick.
Yes, and then we will start. We can go over some of the things. We had 33 people set times.
33. Wow.
33 people set times. All right, Zooming Chungus and Dime are at the back right now. Nova does gaming. Some of the newer drivers. I'm just looking through. So Zemith, that was the one person who I couldn't see on the tower, on
Zemith.
the leaderboard tower. Zemith is the 4th driver from the Redstones. I believe they're replacing Pi. So Pi was a very strong driver for the Redstoners last race. They got P4. They were the 2nd best for the Redstoners.
Wow.
And that person has been replaced by Zemith.
Who gets 18th. But I do know
Right.
that Zemith does not have much, what's it called?
practice?
No, not practice. Yeah, little practice, but also little experience with boat racing.
Experience. I got you.
So I
Alright.
think a P18 with that, that's pretty good. He's behind Flaming, and Flaming actually won an ice boat race before, which was Neo Cynical's event, who actually got through.
Right. Yeah, true. I'm not saying I'm not like pointing out Zenith saying that they didn't do good. They're actually 18th, which
I
is
think that's really
very
good.
It's
Yeah, I
almost
think
top
that's
half.
really good.
Absolutely. No, I was just pointing it out because they are the 4th member of Redstoners. And so when we look at the Redstoners versus the Go for the Frenchies team lineups,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we have P1 of both of them being Sloime versus Nagatao. Right now, Sloime is P1, Nagatao is P4.
Yeah.
And like when you look at their lowest drivers, I believe it is the Ghouls 84 versus Zenith, and right now the Ghouls is P14 and Zenith is P18. And so every position is going to matter. Hopefully, Zenith will have a good start, and hopefully Sloime will be able to stay ahead. If we're looking at it from the point of the Frenchies, Go for the Frenchies team. Hopefully they'll be able to make up the positions and use their collective skill to have a bunch of midfield finishers and just be able to outdo the other team.
Yeah,
'Cause
for sure. And I think the main things we should look forward towards is the starts and the crazy skips, like this water pitter skip that Mark generously explained to us how that works, how you can jump over. And, of course, right here, this log skip, where if you get stuck in the middle, because it's diagonal, you're going to bounce around. And if you bounce around, you're going to block everybody behind you. So let's see if one of the front runners does that and then they mess up, it's all going to be over.
Right. I wonder. You're definitely right. We're gonna have to keep a really close eye on that. All right. Here we go. We've got stuff popping up in the chat saying drivers must finish 15 laps and 2 pit stops. That will be
Oh, look at
mandatory. The
these
race will be
drivers.
ended 5 minutes after the first place finishes. Both pits must be finished before these 5 minutes are up. Pit stops, drivers will go through the pit lane to your left, click the items when they pop up. We showed that earlier. Drivers may not finish the race in the pit lane, nor cross the start line, nor before crossing the start line on the pit lane. So this first lap is going to be all out. Nobody's going to be able to go back into the pit, and we will see what happened. There's items popping up on the track. What the heck? Oh, what? Hey, where'd he go?
What happened to New Cynical? They seem to have left. Is this...
Interesting
this-
strategy. We'll see if it pays off.
Is Neo Cynical really cursed? It seems every time something happens at the start with them. Oh, Neo Cynical is back. Okay, that's good. And he seems to be released. They probably have to reload that heat. Somebody's throwing
Right.
some stuff around. Yeah, they're Neo Cynical.
Cynical's
He's
gone,
already
yeah.
going. He's going. I think this is a false start. I don't think we can allow this. Alright, there we go. So let's take a look. I really love this little pumpkin in the background. It's great.
It's a teeny tiny happy
It's a little,
face.
yeah, a little tiny happy face on there as well.
Pretty funny.
So there is a little thing below the drivers, as you can see here, below Neo Cynical and below everybody. There's a little lightning rod.
Ooh.
We can ask a little bit more about the lightning rod, and we'll give you a little bit more info about the lightning rod as we start. After the start, here we go. And everybody's off. Neo Cynical is actually a bit later. It seems he lagged out at the start, which means he falls off. He is a little bit further.
Please don't bump again, Neocynical.
No, don't do it. As we go into the water skip, and everybody's going for it, and everybody seems to get it. Purpose is the first one that's stuck, and Frosty gets a lot of time right there. Look at this. As they're coming up here, Sloime is leading. Ooh, wow, that's a really good
Let's go
entrance
see
from
what
Nagato. He
the
actually
log
got a
skip right now.
the log skip. Will we see anything happen here? New Kiddo is fighting with
Wow.
Sloime, and Nagato is in there too. It seems to be a triple tandem.
Neocynical leaves the server. No.
No!
That's so unfortunate.
That's so
man.
unfortunate. Oh! Nagato gets bumped. So now it's a battle for P1 between Sloime and New Kiddo. Who will get out in front here?
Neither of these drivers are kidding right now. They're both really, really close to each other. As they go into the book, they're coming around the corner. Let's see who gets the better exit. Looks like they're both going for a walkout. New Kid gets bumped out.
There he goes.
It bumps Nagatao. So Phelps builds goes through, and that gives a position to the Redstoner team over Team Go for the Frenchies.
Yeah,
That's
there we go.
huge.
Sloime is the fastest right now and will lead the second edition of IBRI. So, I want to actually
Phelps build
ask.
crashes and actually gets passed by Nagatao again in the background. But sorry, let's go see what's going on here.
We actually have a huge battle for P6. It's Flaming versus Kalen, and Flaming, I gotta say, has a phenomenal start. When he, I'm afraid he's gonna get bumped now. Yeah, I jinxed it. My bad, sorry, Flaming. But it has a phenomenal start. Didn't he start P18?
Start all the way down in P18.
Yeah, Kalen, like,
Fleming started P17, and now he's up to P7, so he's gained 10 positions off the
ooh,
start.
wow, that's a really interesting. Flaming just took the inside, saw a gap, went for it, and got past Kalen. There you go. Ember is standing still on track. What is going on here? It seems they have DC'd.
Not great.
Oh, it's a bit laggy.
I think
Yeah,
Kalen might have gotten a boat tap on it, Flaming. I wasn't really paying close attention, but they went really fast. Oh,
I'm
boat
also
tap on the
gonna
wrong
take
side.
a little at Purplers. Well, we already have some back markers because Purplers just passed Phelps builds. And these guys are teammates, so they should not screw each other over. I say should, but that might happen just now.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. It's a bit laggy. That's unfortunate, but you know
Yes.
what?
1 second after you said they shouldn't screw each other over,
It
Purplers
happens.
bumped Phillips builds.
Yep. That's unfortunate. Oh, and Nagato actually screwed up the skip. And Phelps and Purpose both overtake him. That is really unfortunate. Now we have Purpose in P3.
Yes,
actually
want
wanna
to
take a look
by Nagatao.
at New Kiddo. Because New Kiddo is chasing down Snoyme.
Yes, so right now it's actually New Kiddo's the only thing that's locking out from a Redstoner's P1, P2, P3. Right now the Redstoners have P1, P2, P3, and P4, and I do believe that is cumulative because Caitlyn is the leader for the people with 1 pit right now, and they're in P10, but they didn't pit from way up. I think they pit from behind Flaming or around where Flaming is, and so we see that's around where they're at. It looks like yeah, the Redstoners are coming out and they're doing really, really good right now. They really want to defend their stuff. Phelps build gets really, really bumped though, and Nagatao's coming around. Now we have a battle coming into the last corner. Phelps build and Nagatao are in tandem right now.
As they come out.
Nagatao goes into the pits and Phelps build stays out.
Okay. So there seems to be a lot of back markers. Can you explain a little bit what the back markers are?
Yeah, so as a pro racer myself, a backmarker is somebody who you're coming up behind who has slower pace than you. Generally, in these racers with some beginners like this, you will end up lapping people, and so there will be people on a lap lower than what you are. And they throw a lot of randomness into a race because if you get bumped in boat racing, you can lose a very lot of time. And even in general in racing, if you come up behind somebody who's slower than you, you usually have to go around them, and it's worse than having clean air. So, as you can see, these front drivers do have to navigate these slower drivers.
Yeah.
Throughout the racetrack.
And I think somebody that's actually being slapped on now is Galen, already having done 2 pit stops, but still in P11. So let's take a look at Galen. Let's take a quick look at what they're up to. Just passing Novadas Gaming, and it seems Galen has open air. Speaking of pitting, somebody is pitting right now, and it's New Kiddo. And New Kiddo has done their first pit. Let's see where they come out. This is Ember. They're already gone. They're already gone. The pit stop is really fast. So
the New Kiddo gets bumped by Purplers. Oh my goodness.
Oh, in the skip too.
A bunch of time.
Phelps
and now
getting really close here.
Yes.
But Phelps is behind the pit.
The New Kiddo is battling now a pit apart. The New Kiddo has complete 1 pit, and they were really close to Sloime. Oh,
there's a bump.
More back markers.
And Phelps is coming through. Let's see where's more speed here. It seems to be New Kiddo. Phelps, though, has that better inside line. Ooh, wait, actually goes a bit wide.
Goes out wide, though.
Yep.
Goes deep through. Oh, now he's in danger, and he gets bumped.
Oh, no. He gets thrown in the water just outside the entrance to the huge and beautiful manor.
Yes. It did look like they didn't lose as much time as I thought originally they were going to. Oh, we have somebody sitting on the track. Cat Kitterson's, in the Boat Labs room. But keep falling through, going back up to the New Kiddo. This is kind of the battle for first. And Sloime is also pitting now. Sloime is now
Let's take a
pitting.
look.
And they are up to the pig's pit stop.
It's
and
a
they're going to complete their
2:45.
pit stop in 2.4 seconds. Let's see where the new kiddo comes out. He had some serious issues with both purplers.
Yeah, and Slim
And
is already
he
out.
goes in for his second pit. Okay, so
That is interesting because now we can look at new kiddo and see where they'll end up again. Because remember, Kalen and Nagato have both done their second pits. Where? Oh wow, he's really fast. Where does he end up? I think he's still ahead of him.
he's ahead by a long shot. I'm trying to see. I don't see where Kalen is.
Ooh.
Nagato just came through the starting line. So
Yeah, he's far back.
the new kiddo is very far ahead.
New kiddo's
Right
really
now.
far. Yeah, but Sloime is probably even further ahead. Do you have any addition?
Yes.
Do you have any idea how long this pit stop takes? Maybe our analyst knows. I'll send in a request. Maybe they know. It doesn't seem that they know. All right, that is perfectly fine.
A little bit mysterious for us, but I'm using usually what I'm working off. It doesn't look like it's that long. It looks like it's around maybe 8-9 seconds, 10 seconds maybe. So like the battle between Sloime and the new kiddo, I believe Sloime is probably ahead. Let me go see what the air looks like in Sloime, because right now they're still a pit apart. If Sloime does get bumped and
Speaking of
loses a
this.
lot of time because of it, it could turn out to be this race is very close. And so he's coming up and he gets bumped by his own teammate who's in the lead of the race on 0 pits purplers. That's not great.
That
team
isn't great
strategy
indeed.
right there, I don't think.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people on this track. So the difference, that's really close. The difference with this track and last IBRI is that this track is really technical. And what you get with a technical track is that people make a lot more mistakes, and the people that are good are really good. So what happens there is that you're going to encounter more backmarkers, as Sloime teleports all over the place. Unfortunately, it's a bit laggy. I don't know if everybody has this, but I hope it's just me.
I'm okay.
Okay, well, then it's just me. That figures, eh?
That's sad.
Oh my. This is Sloime has some interesting tactics on my screen. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I see. He's coming through the book right now.
Yep.
They're coming up behind Nyoooom. Purplers is now past Nyoooom. Let's see if Purplers goes in for a pit. Maybe giving no siree. Nyoooom does go in for a pit though, so Sloime is still behind his teammate. And actually, if we look at the gap, Sloime is only 8.6 seconds ahead of the new kiddo right now. And so this race for P1 is actually incredibly close, even with new kiddo getting a little bit of trouble earlier on. This race is on. And
Purplers gets stuck. Purplers is now stuck, and Sloime gets into tandem with him. This is for P1 right here. Sloime takes a little bit different line. It seems Purplers is going a little bit wider, but also more on the inside, trying to take that apex better. And I think Sloime is just ahead. Now they have to be really careful of Novalis Gaming and Gurk.
Novalis Gaming bumps. Oh my goodness, there's somebody re-entering the line. Camelot Warrior that bumps Purplers.
Yeah, Purplers is out of this fight, and Sloime is taking the lead back. But he's still behind Gurk. And, well, Gurk is a little bit too slow for it to have any...
Doesn't bother Sloime.
No, it doesn't bother him at all.
Oh! He bites a little bit. Oh, and he's going in.
Did he just
he
boat
does
tap?
get past Marshy. It didn't look like that was going to happen. But
I think he just boat tapped Marshy more now.
Purplers gets bumped really bad on the last corner. So all of these issues that Purplers and Sloime are now reaching is always good news for Go For the Frenchies team. Go For the Frenchies team Nagatao with 2 pits. And so I believe Nagatao and Purplers are battling. Right now, Go For the Frenchies has P4, P9, P11, and P12. And it looks like all of them have their pits done.
I'd say that's quite... Oh, wait. What's going on here? Everybody seems to be stuck on that waterscape. New kiddo gets bumped out. It loses even more time. He decides to go around instead. But that gap to Purplers and Sloime is going to grow even wider. And it'll keep happening.
Yeah. So the new kiddo gets bumped once again. They are having such a difficult time. So can our racing analysis come in and say, like, what's going on with the new kiddo at all? Make any comments on it?
Yeah, so Sloime and New Kiddo are coming up to a big train of back markers. About 5 people that separate Sloime and New Kiddo here. New Kiddo's gonna have to struggle past all of these drivers, and we can see he's already 22 seconds down on Sloime, originally 8 seconds, because he's been getting bumped over and over again by these slow back markers. It's not helping him at all.
Right. And it looks
He's
like
gonna
he's in
need.
a big danger here too, just in general, just because he's completed both of his pits now. And so this is where the pit strategy really comes into play, right? New Kiddo pitted early on and
Uh-oh.
actually got a little bit of an advantage of it, but now that he's coming up to this train of back markers and having to deal with them, there's no option for him to pit to lose all these back markers and try to get back into fresh air. Meanwhile, Sloime and Purplers both have pits that they could use if traffic gets too bad where they're at.
Yeah, especially Purplers. I do think he will fall behind New Kiddo and Nagato.
Yes, yeah. I think right now, oh, especially purple. Oh, that the gap between Purplers and New Kiddo just went down like 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That's really long.
That's quite big, yeah. So I
And
do one
so
thing that is really interesting is to see our quote unquote true positions. Strome is still in first. New Kiddo should be in second. Nagato should be in third. Kalen might be fourth, might be fifth. It depends on where Purpose comes out. Speaking of Purpose, here he is. He's not pitting yet. Keep in mind, he has to do his pits pretty soon because he's already on lap 11 of 15.
yes. So if we want to take a look at something that's maybe not the lead battle for a second, it is a lead battle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at Zemith right now. Zemith, again, that P4 person or the fourth driver for the Redstoners is now battling with Zooming Chungus. Zooming Chungus is ahead, coming around the last corner right now. He's P19. And Zenith is P20. This is the fourth person for the Redstoners, and I'm looking right now. Sloime is it looks pretty safely cumulative P1, and Phelps build is probably pretty safe cumulative P6.
Mm-hmm.
Purplers may be battling Nagatao right now.
Wait, and Neo Cynical
but-
has returned. Wait, what's going on here? Neo Cynical is actually P7 right now with one pit done. This means their pace Neo Cynical's pace must be insane.
True, they actually disconnected at the beginning of the race, and they're trying to come back right now, and that's better news. Every single so it all comes into play right now. Every single position that the Go For the Frenchies team loses, Neo Cynical could throw a big wrench. There's a lot of people in the tunnel right now that I'm looking at. Every single person that Neo Cynical passes for Go For the Frenchies is good news for the Redstoners.
As he just
I think Neo Cynical
does.
Sorry.
Yeah,
it
Neo
looks like
Cynical's
he needs a
crawling up.
Yes.
It seems-
So it's about an 8-second gap or so. We can assume 8.5 second gap for the pit delta right now, currently, and so he needs a lot. He needs to gain about 5 seconds to Mathix in order to pass them.
As
looks like
Neo
he
Cynical
might be-
actually passes Phelps right here. It's gonna be really close. He's just a little bit more behind, but I think for practice, Neo Cynical is just faster. Yeah, and he outpaces Phelps as he goes into his pit stop, which the entry is a bit crooked, I'd say.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird entry. So here we go. We're going to see this true position coming out. Yeah, I don't think Mathix will be passing through. Amiston
There's the pit
may
stop.
be passing through.
Wow, that's really fast.
It's
Let's
really
take a
fast.
look where
3.4.
Neo Cynical comes out. And Neo Cynical is actually in P9. It seems he got really upset by this this disappointment of the start. And he's now on his real villain arc. Let's see what he can do.
Right, I do believe Neo Cynical's pace was very serious during qualifying, and so he might be able to actually catch up to Amison and Mathix. We'll have to see. Not many laps left. Sloime is in the lead with one pit. He's currently on lap 13 out of 15.
Yeah, and he is
Purplers
18
needs to
seconds
pit.
ahead. Yeah,
Oh,
and Purpose does pit.
Okay.
Let's take a look at Purpose. And if I can, let's see if I can spectate him in just in time. No. But we can see where Purpose will come out now. So Purpose drops all the way to well, not all the way. He drops to P3, and it seems he has a lot of open air. But keep in mind, he has to pit again. And he has to do it this or the second lap. Or the next lap, I should say, not the
I
second.
believe he has to do it at the end of the next lap, apparently. Apparently, Sloime where is Sloime? Sloime is still on lap 11.
Is Slowmay still on lap 11? I don't
Okay,
think.
they're on.
I don't think that's the
my
case.
bad. I misspoke. Lap 13.
Well, Slowmay is literally like a hot knife through butter. Look at him. Look at this. Look what he's doing. He's just both tapping New Cynical to go into
There
the
he goes,
pits.
and he says, "Not see. This is exactly why it's smart sometimes to save your pits." He saw that ginormous traffic jam and was like, "No, thank you. I'm gonna pit."
Wow.
And now he completes his second pit.
175. Yeah, and
Very
Slowmay just
fast
comes
racing
out
as well.
P1. That is 23 seconds. 23 seconds ahead of P2.
I do believe that will be going down once it updates. He'll probably be around 7 seconds slower. Ooh, only
Let's
3
take a look.
seconds? No, it's got to be more than that.
I think it just might hang out. Hang up.
There it is. 11 seconds.
Oh, 11
ahead.
seconds. Okay, there it is.
Still very commanding for a 15-lap race.
Indeed, it's quite big. And what do you say? Let's follow Slowmay as he.
Coming
This is
around. I
last
think we
lap.
actually want to maybe look at Purplers. The Purplers versus Nagatao fight is relatively close.
Oh, actually, yeah, it is. Let's take a look at that after Slowmay wins. We have around 20 seconds of playtime between them, and it's gonna be
No,
fine.
Sloime has one more lap to do after this.
Yeah, they do have one more lap to do. That's correct, but we'll see. So Slowmay for a second time, going for a second IBRI win in a row. Is there anybody who can stop this man?
Neo Cynical.
Oh my god! That is crazy. He just got a vote up of Noah Sar. Yeah, he's kind of smoking the competition right now. Last time it wasn't this bad, or was it?
I think Sloime was ahead by quite a bit last time too. Purplers is meeting some things. So Purplers is coming up to his final pit right now.
Yeah,
And he just got bumped by Professor Biggie in front of him. So this battle between Purplers and Purplers meets some more issues. It looks like.
Don't even see him.
Wait, Nagatao meets some issues. What happened to Nagatao?
Oh, Purplers has missed the entry. He wanted to wall tap into. Oh my god, Biggie is blocking Purplers into the pits. That is not. This is not something you want to do, because this right here, you go into a little game mode, and you're gonna bump. Yeah, there it is. He gets slowed down. Now
Professor
where
Biggie
is
just completed his 4th pig stop? What is
fourth
he doing?
pig stop? What is he doing?
Ember leaves. That's unfortunate.
And Nagatao is actually battling with Purplers right now. Here it is, the moment we were waiting for. Will one of them go for the skip? Oh my god, Purplers went for the skip and actually got it. Nagatao chose to play it safe, and he actually got punished for it. Purplers said, "Screw this, I'm going all the way," and he sent
Sloime
it.
is coming around the fast final corner.
Wait, he also overtook Kalen with that. Wait, what? He just overtook 2 people. Slowmay literally winning right there. There he is.
Sloime coming through final, winning the race. His 2nd race in a row. The new kiddo's not too far behind.
No, that's
only
P2.
8 seconds behind Sloime, and then both of these drivers with a 30-second gap to Purplers.
Yeah, and here's Purplers gonna come in 3rd, and just with that water skip, he got 2 positions on Nagatao and Kalen.
Wow.
That
This
is
battle for 4th is kind of crazy, isn't it? Right
Battle
behind, we got Kalen versus Nagatao. Nagatao fighting for his team, going for the Frenchies.
Oh, Kalen gets bumped. Wait, Phelps comes through. Here comes Phelps.
Phelps just comes.
Oh, he gets it. Phelps actually stealing that P4 away from both of them.
Wow.
Purplers and Nagatao and Phelps. No, sorry,
That is
Nagatao and
so-
Kalen fighting, and then Phelps just comes on through. That is insane. Wow.
Wild last lap battles. So, okay, somebody I really want to focus in on is Zenith right now. This is going to be so close. So, we see the Redstoners, P1, P3, P4, right? So, you think that this is a clear Redstoners win.
Yep.
And especially with Phelps going through and getting 2 overtakes in like the last 2
was
corners.
insanity.
Every single thing is going to be very, very big. But now we have Go For the Frenchies, who have locked in P5, P7, P9, and P10.
Wow, that's really good.
We're looking at Zenith right now, coming through in P24. So, trying to call it early, I honestly cannot call it early. Because the Redstoners, the returning Redstoners, did what they could.
Zenith. We'll see, Bev. Oh, wait, he's gonna lose a position to Frosty. Or is he? No, Frosty's already a lap
Frosty's in
ahead.
P17.
I see if is a lap behind. I see.
Yes. But yeah, I think it's too early to call. I really don't know. You're gonna all have to stay tuned for this final little bit.
Yeah, we'll see.
As
And
we see
zooming
which team
Chungus
ends up winning.
actually finishes right there. So, can I just say a really quick heads off to Neo Cynical? Actually getting P8, and you know what? I'm gonna arrange something real quick. Let's go talk to him in a bit.
Right, let's see it.
And honestly, I'm really impressed by New Kiddo.
Yeah, true. I mean, I'm impressed by a lot of the newer drivers here. Like the Go For the Frenchies team is a complete team of people made up of people who didn't do the first IBRI. So Nagatao, Mathix, the Gil, and Omega all came out, and every single one of them placed top 10 while not doing the first one. Neo Cynical, I think, also did improve overall. Last time he got P16, and he halved that, and now he's up to P8. That's with the disconnect in the first lap.
I don't
And
know how
so-
long the disconnect was, personally, but we can find it out later. And
any
it's
disconnect
killing,
is, pretty not great. Trying to be
especially at the
competitive.
start. Wow, that was
Yeah.
really bad for him.
Oh. I mean, at
Still-
least he had clean air, but that's not worth it.
I think if there's any player that is the MVP for the Red Stoners, it has to be Frosty. Because Frosty is the sole purpose that both Nagato and Kalen got bumped. And Phelps swept them through.
I was confused on what you were talking about there. I was like, Frosty's not on their team, but now you're yeah, no. MVP for the Redstoners.
Indeed.
Somebody else. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yep. So I'm gonna go fly while we take a quick last look at the IBRI Mansion, aka IBRI Manor. I want to quickly thank the creators of the track. Well, we had Alessandro Lepis and Laser design the track itself and create the icing. And the great people at Coastal Creations built this map. And I gotta say, it looks beautiful. Maybe even better than the first track.
It's very good.
Some people asking for a different track.
I don't know. It doesn't seem to make a difference to Sloime. Sloime always comes out on whatever track, and he does very good.
And Slime even congratulations the French team. GG le Français.
Yeah.
Alright,
I mean,
let's get
still
this
isn't
podium
over. We-
underway. That's the race. The podium ceremony will be just in a couple of minutes. Please sit tight until then. Okay. Let's get this tower off the screen. And you know what? Let's hear from Neo Cynical, if we can.
Right. Yeah, if we can get him in here, that would be great. All right.
Let's take a
Waiting for a
look
moment.
if Neo Cynical is available right now.
Yes, maybe he's
Oh, the podium ceremony is right now. Okay, you know what? We'll do it a bit later.
I see. He's too hype from his or not hype. He's probably sad, honestly. He probably was coming through clear. He's definitely podium material, I think, today. Is what he's showing.
Yeah,
And with that
for
disconnect in
sure.
the front, he just is all damage control.
It's
But
all
he did what he
damage control,
could.
indeed.
I don't think he did bad.
Oh my, oh my.
Goodness me.
Podium
Here.
time. Here we go. Look at this. All the creators. First, Purplers with 86 points. There he is.
That's 68. Yep.
New Kiddo with 71 points. And our winner and the champion of last time, Sloime.
Two-time IBRI winner. Very good racing all around. Sloime coming in and dominating, but New Kiddo coming up and giving Sloime a serious run for his money. I believe when they were a pit apart and Sloime was on 2 pits and New Kiddo was on 1 pit, there was a time when New Kiddo actually had probably the net lead. But just
Yeah,
wasn't
and especially
able to
that
keep it.
first fight. Oh, look at this tower. This is insane. And I think this is Purple's first podium as well. Look at that.
True.
And I think Purpose actually had a great comeback here too, because at the start, he did get kind of screwed up, and he clawed his way back.
Last time, yeah, Purpler's last time was actually a P20 overall and the 4th place person for the Redstoners, and so
Wow,
he's
okay.
coming. He came back and was improved by a really lot. Very good job to all the people on the podium, and very good job to a lot of drivers in general. I think
Yeah.
the amount of racing that we've seen here today, or the level of racing that we saw here today, was very good. Oh my God, they're creating such
Oh
a
my
big
God,
tower.
there's so much, so many snowballs. And I do wonder who the team winners will be.
Here we
I
go.
think the French team will be on there.
Okay, so
Here we
let's
go.
see team number 3. See what happens.
Here we go. Team number 3. Nagato joining back. Is that some? Let's you know what? We'll zoom in a little
Team
bit earlier.
Blockwars.
Team Blockwars, wow.
P3.
P-
Very good job for them. P2. P2 goes
Is-
to
is-
Go For the Frenchies, which means P1 is and can only be, once again, they changed their name. The Redstoners, now known as
Nyoooom. Yeah. So Zemif coming in for Pi, and how many? It was not that many points. It was only 20 points. That is not that much. Let's see. Team 4 is Candycorns, missing out by 2 points. That is the team of if I have it correctly, I'm gonna.
wanna know
It is
what?
it's Crystal,
You wanna
New
know
Kiddo,
what?
Gurk, and Frosty. So they just missed out. Then 5th team, you can't read it right here, but that's the team of Neo Cynical, Dumpster Fire in 6th, number 9 Large in 7th, Ghosty Ghouls in 8th, and last but not least, the Skyliners. And that concludes it. But not for long, because let's have a talk with the winners. Or well, the winner and the champion, Sloime.
Right, yes, hopefully we can get them in here. I was just looking, for anyone who is curious, we did see Phelps overtake 2 people in the last 2 corners. I wondered how much of a difference that made in the team standings, but it doesn't seem to have made too much of a difference. It was only about, I think it was about an 8-point swing, so it's not enough to go for the whole 19-point swing, but it did help get there a little bit more safe.
Okay,
safely
yeah,
ahead.
that's fine then.
Yes.
As Sloime is still a bit busy celebrating, let's listen to Neo Cynical. But I really want to hear a story on what happened. So let's get Neo
Hopefully we
Cynical
can get him in here. That would be
for sure.
great.
Yep.
Hello.
Neo Cynical.
Hello.
What a race and what a start, and it happens again. What
I
happened?
got disconnected.
Yeah. What was
I
going
got
on?
kicked from the server.
For what reason?
I don't know, because their connection reset.
It was
Okay.
very unfortunate. Like it happened also on the starting grid too. Was it the same thing?
Yeah.
That's super unfortunate. You were able to come out even with that extremely unfortunate start. You were able to come out and work your way all the way back to P8.
Mm-hmm.
Which is there any sort of positive takeaway that you can get from that, or is it mostly just
No, I did the same thing
despair?
last event. This happened before.
Yeah.
So next, if there's another event, I'm going to be going for that win again.
Yeah. If on next time, you'll get on that podium, buddy.
Hopefully.
I think-
It's a long time coming.
Yeah.
it's coming.
I know,
It's
and
coming up.
we all know you yearn for it, and you did put in the practice. It just really, well, it just sucks for this.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Very
I do want to
unfortunate
thank you
with
though.
the connection issues, but don't worry. I do have to say hats off to you, especially in qualifying where you showed off your speed. We were here sitting in the commentary booth looking at you, the new kiddo, and Sloime, and we were genuinely not sure what was going to happen in the race. And then even with the issues at the start, you were able to work your way all the way back to 8th place, which is in the spring in the summer you got P16, and so you worked up your way to P8, and so if you can gain another 8 positions, then
Yeah.
I'm
just
there.
keep moving in that direction. You're right there. So
At least my goat Slomy won. So
Speaking of Slome, hello Slome.
Hi.
How
Hello.
was it for
Hello.
you? Well, in the meantime, there seems to be a new race where we can participate. It seems everybody can participate, so we're gonna have some fun. And you can take a look at that in the meantime. Can you talk us a little through our race? Not our race, your race.
Through the my race, I gotta give it to Kiddo and Neo. To be
Mhm.
fair, it's like okay, what mainly made the race is how fun it was before it. Basically, in the practice server, Neo and Kiddo had like a pretty strong rivalry, and it was very fun to like practice with them.
Mhm.
And so like if I wasn't as stressed in this race as I would have been otherwise, it's because of them.
Okay.
So honestly, yeah, they kind of made my race. Honestly,
Oh my.
um,
All right. And can I also ask you what strategies helped out,
strategies.
or did you have any
Honestly,
strategy going into it?
strategy? I mean, strategy is like about the actual track itself,
Mhm.
or like how like
Just
strategies in general.
just any will work. I feel.
I see. Strategies in general, I just do the little like if too crowded then pit
Mhm.
strategy. It's not too complicated. I didn't look much into pit strategies. Other strategy, be as consistent as possible, so don't take lines that are too risky. There's also what's it called? If you're about to bump into someone, just stop. It's not worth it getting bumped. Just like go super slowly and uh, you'll lose less time that way. I guess it's just all about consistency and not bumping, honestly.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Um, and beforehand, you said you were pretty tense. Were you confident at all?
I can you say that again?
Were you confident in the race, like beforehand?
No, no. Kiddo made me shiver my timber.
Oh my. Okay.
Before the race, in the past 30 minutes, we had like a practice race with
Mhm.
everyone, and Kiddo destroyed everyone, and he was like actually had to adjust my lines. Okay, there's a lot. My consistent route was not using one of the three shortcuts or whatever.
Yeah.
But Kiddo was basically adding one more shortcut to my route every lap, and I was like, how the heck is he like consistent at that? So after that race, I needed to like practice well
Oh my.
a new route with an added shortcut. It's so yeah, I got pretty scared, and honestly just seeing him like lose like 5 seconds on one checkpoint sometimes because he bumped someone, that felt really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and last but not least, do you have any shoutouts to give?
Shout outs to give. Um I think first I'll shout out my whole team. So you first have Z-Myth, which
Mm-hmm.
is what's it called is someone that basically
Oh,
hello. Z-Myth is
hello.
someone that basically started Ice Boat Racing 8 hours ago.
Wow. Okay, that's really
Yeah,
interesting.
but yeah, he just got like we basically like I wanted to ask him to get into an event for a while
Mhm.
because I find this guy fun, and so yeah, he was like, oh, I'm in, but like a day before the race happened. So I think he did very good. Top half of lower half for like a first race after all that, after like only that amount of playtime. That's really good.
I
Next,
agree. Yeah.
Purple practiced a lot since last time, and he did very very well. Now and Phelps, the guy did not boat race for like ever since the last IBRI. That guy did not race,
Mhm.
and he got fourth. Um,
Yeah, with a
so
incredible overtake on two at once.
yeah. Oh, you guys saw it? He
Yeah,
was
we
so
have
proud
it.
of that.
We actually had it
He was
on
so
stream.
proud. It's what I bet it looked so good. So yeah, my teammates, thank you, my teammates, and then Neo and Kiddo. Honestly, it was such a fun rivalry. That's about it.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, speaking of,
Love you, man.
thank you so much for joining, Slame. And
Thank you.
here he is, new kiddo. Hey, how was your first ever evening?
Hello. It was fun, but it was crazy, man. The people coming out of nowhere. I felt like I was at war.
Yes, we saw so the difference in your strategy versus Sloyme's strategy. Sloyme and both Sloyme and Purpler stayed out of the pits for a very long time. Meanwhile, I think you did your pit earlier, and then you did your
Yeah.
second pit when Sloyme did their first pit. And so was there any thoughts in your head on like when you were going in for the pits? Like, did you have any strategy?
Well, originally there was a lot of people in front of me. I don't like when people are ahead of me overall in life, but like in Ice Boat Rating, that's like even worse. So I went for the pit, and then I saw Purpleus in front of me. I'm like, oh hell no! I'm not driving right behind the Purpleus. He's good, and Slowing me is taking a pit too. I'm like, if I skip the good guys, my thought process was like, I'll be only fighting against the bad guys. What
Okay.
I underestimated is the amount of the bad guys, and that kind of messed me up for sure. I did regret it during the race, but there's nothing I could do. So it was fine. It worked out in the end. I'm happy I got the most overtakes. I think I was very happy with that.
Yeah,
You
and-
might have. I was looking at you when sorry, Sloyme was on one pit and you were on two pits, and Sloyme just had like he just got luckier with like the clean air, but he also had an extra pit in case he did come up to anybody, and you were there already completing both of your pits and just got. There was one time where there had to have been like 7 people in front of you at once.
Yeah.
Yes.
was
That was a lot. That was
absolutely
like everyone
crazy.
was in front of me, man. It
Yes.
was crazy.
You didn't do
It
that
was-
bad
but-
though. You were slicing and dicing through the field pretty good, and so it was an
Thank
entertaining
you.
to watch. You
I
fought
think
as
the
well.
person that overtook people the most was Neo-Cynical though, because of that horrendous disconnect at the
Ooh.
start.
That was so.
Right.
You got
rough.
disconnected.
Yeah, I got kicked.
Yeah.
That's
That's actually true. Yeah, Neo-Cynical got like he started. You know, he didn't last the first challenge. Just making it interesting, man.
Lost to 8th.
Yeah. Well, still, Lost Wave is a pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a really good recovery, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Next time it's first. I'm telling you.
Next,
Okay.
okay.
You're
Oh,
hunting down.
Counting
You're
on it.
hunting
We're counting
down.
on it.
Yeah.
He swears.
It was really fun though. Like I didn't expect that like it's gonna be that fun, and it was also extremely short. Like I was like, if it's gonna be like 30 laps, I would be like very happy with that. Like that was like super short and fun,
mhm.
and yeah, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah. Would have been nice if you had a little bit more time to get into that first place position. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, Slimy,
Nice.
I was breathing down your neck. I want to make it very clear. I don't know if you felt it. I don't know if you
Yeah.
smelt it, but I was right there. I was right there.
Yeah. Your perfume was hitting my nostrils very strong.
Good, very
Right.
good. Yeah. I'm happy
Maybe with
it.
some more time, Neo-Cynical also could have worked his way back up into the podium position.
I would have, man. I was cooking.
I think he
my
probably
ass
could have.
was sick.
Yeah, the gap between the new Kiddo and Sloyme and Purplers was, the gap between the new Kiddo and Purplers was literally like 30 seconds at the end. So it was like,
Yeah, that
you
was
three-
crazy.
You three were like
Cook.
above. For
Yeah,
real, for real. It was very
it's-
entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
It's interesting how close it actually was at the start, because you two were battling for such a long time, and eventually, one of you missed the skip, and then it just, then it just,
Who missed the skip?
I think it was you, New Kiddo,
I-
or you
The
fell
water
out of.
skip is what you're saying?
I don't remember anything. I was just driving.
I think you went wide once, and then it was just done.
Nah.
Oh,
that
really? You
happens.
missed a skip, kiddo. You actually made me
Nah,
like, think
okay,
way
you
out.
don't have to say it like that,
Ah.
Slimy. Hey,
Actually,
listen,
I
you
have
weren't driving perfectly neither, man. Come on now.
Dude, you were like so consistent. I had to change my route last second. Like after that, like that like a pre-race that we did before.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you were
yeah.
so consistent. I shat my pants, man.
Really?
Yes.
I smelled it though. I was like right behind you. Like, I did feel that. I felt that. Yeah. That's the weird sense. I was like following it. I feel like it's the racing line. It was so weird.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it now.
All right. For now, I do want to thank you all for watching, and for you guys too for participating. And I think I'm gonna go sit on my little bench again, and we can end this off.
All right,
Sure.
yes, we're gonna end the
Absolutely.
stream.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Sloyme, New Kiddo, and Neo-Cynical for the interviews. It's very good to watch, and hopefully we'll be back here once again in the future.
Thank you so much for
Anytime.
inviting.
See ya.
It was fun.
Until next time, I'm going to beat you guys, just so you know.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's coming.
okay, we're here for
Yeah,
it.
gonna
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
gonna
we heard
happen.
it,
We're gonna see it.
It's
Alright, see you
coming
guys.
home, man.
Have a good night.
Bye.
A good
All
night.
right.
Top 3 qualifiers, so it's the same 3 people
All right. Bye,
Yeah.
everyone.
Bye bye, Slimy.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
So yeah, I do want to do a quick thank you to both Boat Labs and Frostex
Oh.
for well, making this event even possible, and also to our here he is, our expert analytical boat racing pro, Mark, aka Winged, and of course to you, Lapis, and for everybody that was able to be here
Yes.
and for watching, and hopefully next
Thank you
time.
once again for having me on
Mhm.
as co-commentator. It was fun.
Yeah, it was great. And hopefully next time we'll see Neo Cynical's revenge. Will Slome fall down from that leader spot? And maybe, just maybe, will the team that won twice now, the Redstone
Be
slash Nyoom,
dethroned.
will they be dethroned? Well, we'll find out next time. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye bye.